Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. Why did I do that? I don't know. Today we're back to watch a training from Wade, and Wade is in Arbonne. Him and his wife actually are like the power couple of Arbonne. I have featured them plenty of times before in the past on my channel. Wade is more like a fitness influencer than an MLM bro. Well, he used to be. I have not checked out his Instagram in a while. And his wife, Sandy, is the one that usually makes all the health claims, all the medical claims. He makes all the income claims, but she makes all the health and medical claims. Usually Wade is very cringy and he does say some problematic stuff, so I thought it'd be good to cover him. Before we start the video, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way to support my channel if you would like. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and let's just get into this video. It's 35 minutes long, so we're gonna be here for a while.
Okay, here we go. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to our multi-nation team calls. Oh my gosh, the lighting in Sandy's office is so good. Here we got the Arbon sign. I got a mind health and a caffeine-free energy fizz is like my afternoon go-to. But if this is your first call or your 100th call, welcome. We do these every Monday from, I'll use Pacific time, 12:30 to about 1 p.m. Pacific. And we're excited to have you here. And who here feels, actually, first I'll do the intro. You guys know the drill, especially if you've been on it. We do this call together. A lot of us nations and leaders come together. I gotta go through them all the way up. Tara Bransma, Mary Wright, Holly Kleiman, Haley Duncan, Kelly Juni, Sandy and Wade, Bree Basenko, Kaylin Kukuska, Margot Lloyd, Casey Zaruba, Brooklyn Powell, Stephanie Shute, and we have more nations coming. Oh my gosh, we all
I love how he said Sandy and Wade. Like that's him and his wife.
team up to do this together. That's wow, look at that. This is so cool. And so we all bring something different to the table, and we all have kind of a week where we get to lead or bring in a trainer. And
We all bring something different together. I have not watched the rest of them. Let me know down below if you want to watch the rest of them, or maybe like another one or two, just to see what these leaders are teaching these people. I'd be very curious actually, because we know, us anti-MLM people in the anti-MLM movement, we have watched so many MLM trainings, not just Wade or Arbon, just so many MLM trainings from so many different MLM companies out there, where all the leaders, and not just the leaders, everyone, whoever is holding this training or an opportunity call, they tend to say the same stuff over and over again. I'd be very curious if these meetings are actually a bunch of leaders bringing anything different to the table, because in my opinion, what I feel like is happening is they're all saying the same stuff over and over again.
I kind of realize what I bring to the team or the energy is a little different. I'm one of the few guys, shout out any guys on this call, maybe more of the masculine energy. I have the finance background. I love the numbers and all the things. I love strategy, very type A. And the beautiful thing in a team is we get a lot of different training, right? From so many different people. So that's kind of the intro. My intention for today's training is to get real and get real on what it takes to really grow this business, kind of like a little bit of a light of fire under the butt, a little bit of a kick in the butt, but really take this to the next level. So this, I will say, I'll caveat, this is more for the person looking to take their business and life to the next level. There's some people who just kind of want to dabble and share organically. That is okay. It's your business. You decide your goals. But I also want to speak on how to be a professional in this business. That's one thing I believe from the beginning. I came from a professional background in corporate and in finance, and I was like, if I do this, I can't, I'll be new, I'll be a rookie, I'll be a beginner, but I have to approach it like a professional, like not an amateur, not a dabbler. How do I do this professionally? And kind of how to pursue and act in excellence in this business, right? So we'll talk a bit of strategy relevant to what's going on in Arbonne now. And by the end of this call, my goal is to kind of move you to feel fired up and inspired from within, from the inside out, to kind of go after your goals, to set some goals, to get clarity and really visualize what this Arbonne vehicle can be for you. But before we
I'd be curious if we're gonna find out in this training, what does he mean when he says how to be a professional in this business? How do we define that? Is a professional in an MLM somebody who makes profit? Is it somebody who is faking it until they make it? Is it the top 1% that are professionals?
before we get into any of the training or anything, I want to shout out all the momentum last month. Who, like, we had the power to DM. Who promoted last month, or did you promote someone? Type in the chat. I just want to shout people out. I want to build that momentum. Say, I promoted district, or I promoted so and so to district. I want to see in the chat. Let's like look at it and feed off of each other. Lauren promoted to DM. Kaylee did. Lexus, oh my gosh, I can't even do it all. Look at all this. Melissa, Jordan, I can't even get them all. Tori, Lauren, Hannah, Area and beyond. And she promoted DM. Molly promoted DM. Kayla did. Carol, like, look at all this momentum. Carissa, Chelsea promoted a district.
Let's not forget that this call is for all Arbon distributors. This is not just Wade's downline and that he has so many people that ranked up. It's not just his downline. This is across the whole company. So there's a bunch of people on this call right now. But also DM is district manager. If I'm gonna link the income disclosure statement down below. The majority of people in Arbon, the majority of these people are not profiting. Even if they ranked up, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're profiting in this business. Just to put that out there.
Gia promoted a district, Joanna. Jennifer, so cool, right? And there's so many people that can't even catch this call live. Like, gosh, there was dozens and dozens of district promotions on this call. Like maybe even almost maybe 100 new district managers. How cool is that? How much momentum are we in? A lot of times we're in this business like we're an independent.
How cool is that? How many distributors do you have? All like there's hundreds of thousands of distributors in Arbonne. So you had like 100 people rank up and not even to like a top rank. I mean, I get it. I know what he's doing. He's trying to make it seem like we're in a momentum. Everybody is ranking up. Everybody's earning money. This is great. Hyping everyone up, right? But when you just scratch the surface a little bit, you're gonna see that, okay, yeah, this is just purely hype. This is not as great as he makes it sound.
A consultant, but we're a part of this bigger team, right? And this team is on fire. I'll just say it objectively. This whole team, everyone on this call is on fire, and there's a lot of momentum. And there's momentum in Arbonne, and they're really setting us up for success. And guess what? We have about little less than 90 days to GTC, our global training conference in Vegas. Like, it is cute.
Okay, I pulled up the income disclosure statement because I just wanted to see. So DM district manager, that's the second lowest rank in the company. And this is where only 25% of all independent consultants were at this level in 2022. Median annual earning for this rank is $1,250 per year. Arbonne products are expensive AF. So like I said earlier, even if you are a district manager, you're not necessarily profiting because the products are so expensive. And so yeah, most of the people that got promoted to this rank are probably still not even profiting. But also all that work, all that effort for $1,250 per year, and that doesn't include if it gets taxed, it doesn't include the shipping, it doesn't include the product cost. So it's not like you have profited $1,250. Like, it's not even profit. So like I said, like, it sounds great, he's hyping everyone up, oh look, all of these promotions and rank ups. But when you take a look at the income disclosure statement that is put out by Arbonne itself, the company, everything is in there. The majority of people are not profiting. So it's BS in my opinion.
Q1 is over. We're into Q2. Like, it's go time. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited that I get to the pleasure to do today's call. And I even have a little butterflies about it. I got a little bit. But so when I was thinking about training this morning, I was at a coffee shop. I'm like, I'm going to write down notes. I'm not just going to free flow from the heart. And I wrote down some notes, and I randomly started writing, like, I don't want to call it like a poem, but almost like a poem. And it was like, what if? So I'm just going to read it because I have it right here. What if it wasn't you who found Arbonne, but Arbonne that found you? What if it was divine intervention? What if it found you because you can be in the MVP? What if this simply was a vehicle for you to step in the highest version of yourself? And along the way, you make a huge impact for others and thus for you and your family. What if it isn't something that's going to come easy, though? What if it was a challenge to you to expand your comfort zone, to grow, to experience growing pains, to evolve, to shed limiting beliefs, to sacrifice? but to ultimately become the person you were meant to be, who earns the life you were meant to live? What if this opportunity was way bigger than you ever imagined it could be? What if you're meant to share your story on stage? Do you see that for yourself? What if fear meant you were on the right track? What if feeling like an imposter or not enough was a clue that you actually are enough and that you'll have to grow through that? What if it was a test? What if it was an obstacle? What if you were meant to take your family to Maui every year as in the MVP? What if you were meant to impact thousands of lives? What about millions of lives? What if you checked out earnings.arbon.com to make sure I'm staying compliant? What if Arbonne was the foundation to other passions you want to pursue? What if Arbonne was your key to lifestyle freedom? What if you
This is very cringy and cultish in my opinion, but at least he said check the earnings, which is the income disclosure statement that we took a look right now. If you're new here, it's gonna be linked in the description box below if you want to take a further look into it. What he's saying is BS. The majority of people that join Arbonne or any other MLM for that matter are never gonna impact all of these people. They're not even gonna impact themselves because the majority of them are not making any profit. And it has nothing to do with the amount of effort or work that they put into the business. It is the business model. The business model is set up so that the majority of people are gonna fail.
What if you made it all about helping others succeed? And as a result, you became wildly successful yourself. What if you decided, like truly decided to go all in on this opportunity? Go all in on who you're meant to be. What if? But most people say, one day I'll start the business. One day I'll get healthy. One day I'll chase my dreams. But that's really, it's keeping your dreams on the shelf off in the distance. One day I'll start moving towards that. Not you. Today's day one. It's Monday. It's April 1st. We just built off a ton of momentum in March. What do you guys want to call it? Abundant April? It's April. New week, new day, new month, new quarter, new fresh 90 days season. Spring is coming. We're coming out of winter hibernation. It's that awakening, that rising. It really is time. Today's day one of the rest of your life. I want to encourage you in this kind of little time we have together to pick up the pen, because we're in chapter 4 of 12 in 2024. And I don't know everything. In fact, I know very little in the grand scheme of things. But I know one thing, and it's that people who pick up the pen and write their own story, that's who changes the world. And that's who lives out their dreams. So let's build on all the momentum that we built already in this first quarter. It's time to take off. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to have guts, the guts to go for it, that fiery passion for what you have to offer. It's time to fly. And you know what? No one's going to do it for you. No one's here to save you. Your life and your success is 100% your responsibility. And taking ownership of that, I promise, is the most liberating thing in the world. So a little bit of my background. I won't share it all. I was in the corporate world. I went into finance. I thought when I make a lot of money, that's the solution. That's what's missing in my life. Did that, kind of climbed the ladder, worked hard, and ultimately realized, gosh, do I want to do this forever? This is kind of what I felt like was a broken system for the life that I wanted to live. I just got to work for someone else on their hours, their amount of vacation, all the things. I felt that tug in my heart, like I was made for more. And things don't come into your life by accident.
Interesting that this is what he says why he left the corporate world for MLM, when in one of my previous videos that we covered, that was a long time ago. I don't remember what video it was now. I think it was Top MLM Fails or something. Wade said that he left the corporate world because he liked to dress up in colorful suits and stuff while he was working in finance, and his boss said that he has to wear a regular dark blue type of suit, and Wade didn't like the fact that his boss said that, and he quit his job, and then he became an entrepreneur. He joined Arbonne. So it's interesting that the story changes now, and now the usual, right? Not the first time we've heard this story. He didn't want to work for someone else's dreams. But what I like to say to this point that MLMers make is, at least when you're working in corporate, you're getting paid to work for someone else's dream, right? You're still getting paid for the work that you do. When you're in an MLM, you're still working for your upline's dreams because your upline gets the benefits from your hard work and efforts. They get to live the lavish lifestyles, the top 1% or less, while you work hard and you're not even getting profit out of it. You're not even getting paid for it. So you're still working for someone else's dream technically, except you're not even getting paid for it now. That's the way I see it. You let me know down below if you disagree with that, but yeah, that's just my opinion on that.
I believe. And Arbonne especially, like, it's not a coincidence you're here. You didn't like it didn't fall into your lap. You didn't stumble across it. Like, it comes into your life for a reason. And my background was very professional Wall Street finance world. So when I first saw this, I was like, Sandy, it came through Sandy first, and she tried the 30 days, had great results with the product. Was like, at first, a hard no, and then was like, wait a second, this is amazing. I think I want to do this. This could be a vehicle to change our lives. And I was looked at it professionally and with a finance background and a business background. I didn't know a lot about network marketing, had never heard of Arbonne before Sandy. And so didn't have any preconceived notions. Like, this is genius. Like, it really is. There's such upside opportunity. There's very little risk. It's a 44-year proven company. There's obviously a proven client base. Products are amazing, very clean standard, competitive advantage there, business opportunity. It is what you make of it. It's pure entrepreneurship. And she kind of took and ran with it. I was looking.
I disagree with that. I don't think personally that you're an entrepreneur when you join an MLM simply because you're a 1099. You're an independent contractor for the MLM, in this case, Arbonne. So I don't believe that you're an entrepreneur by being an independent contractor for an MLM.
For a way out of corporate, and I wanted to become an entrepreneur, kind of take the reins of my life, be the CEO of my life. I just didn't know how, but it's right in front of my face. And for 6 months, I watched her. And I thought it was amazing. I was rooting her on, helping her get clients, but I was frightened. In a lot of ways, I'll recognize I'm maybe not that relatable, right? Shirtless girl dad, and I work out hard and all the things, right? But one way I'm super relatable in this business is I was so scared to start this. Like, I think on the outside, you see, I'm a confident guy. I have some level of outward charismatic energy or whatever. I was so scared. Like, I'm so relatable in that sense. Why? I looked around. What did I see? I saw the girl gang. I saw the glow up, and I love that. But I'm coming from like the finance world, all men. I played football. I grew up with a brother. Like, I'm coming from this male dominated world my whole life, male dominated leadership, into like, wait, I'm supposed to leave. I want to leave finance, right? And I'm going to cover this whole training with earnings.arbon.com. My story's not typical, etc. I'm supposed to leave finance and the Wall Street world to do network marketing, to do Arbonne with like 95% chicks. Like, how could I ever make that transition? It was so scary. It was such a leap of faith, even though I saw Sandy doing it and having success with it. Proof in my own home. Like, there's proof everywhere. You can look around. But in my own home, I'm still frightened. But I really turned that fear, what I was.
I like that he said that because there is proof everywhere that the majority of people never make any profit in an MLM. So if you do your research the Arbonne website, sure. Don't forget to take a look at the income disclosure statement that Arbonne puts out. And then research the anti-mlm, maybe find stories from other Arbonne consultants. But even if you don't go that far, I feel like if you just take a look at the income disclosure statement, see the median annual income, and just say, okay, not for me, bye. I'm just gonna find something that's actually gonna pay me.
What I was scared of most into like, what if that's an opportunity? So I relate to you. If you're ever scared to start this, if you're still scared, we're all still scared on some days, and you didn't feel like maybe you saw a lot of people like you or who in your network would do this, like, I relate to you so much. And I promise you, lean in. And so one thing, when I decided to join Sandy, it was actually like I had went to GTC with her, and that was like the full decision, and I'll touch on that. But I was like, I gotta be a professional in this. I'm not gonna be an amateur. I'm not gonna dabble. I'm willing to be new. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to be coachable. I'm willing to suck at it. But I have to approach this as like a professional would. And that's kind of what I want to touch on. How to be a professional network marketer and professional Arbonne independent consultant, right? And I'm going to go through 5 points. But first, One thing I heard recently, I loved it, or I don't know where I heard it, but
I mean, can we get to the point already? We've been here for 11 minutes and 42 seconds.
kind of apply it to Arbonne. Arbonne can't just be like on you, right? Like, you know, you use the face stuff, the skincare, all the things, the derm results, it's awesome. You drink the fizz and all the things. It can't just be on you, it needs to be in you. Because that's what I realized. When Arbonne becomes a part of your DNA, that's when everything can start to change for you. When it's really like intrinsic inside of you. It doesn't really leave you. You're not like, you don't have this on and off switch. Like, yes, we you know, it's a part-time business. Like we're on and off, but like it's kind of always there with you. So when things really can start to change. So I'm going to go through 5 points for the note takers. And point number one is how to approach this professionally, right? Professionals have belief. And we've heard this. You've probably heard all of this. So a lot of this serves as a reminder. But belief has a sound. Like, you know, when someone believes in this. Someone doesn't as much join your products or your business opportunity or the Is Arbonne for You sheet. They join you. They join your conviction, your belief in it. We've heard Ed Milet say this probably, right? People don't have to believe what you're saying. They have to believe you believe it. Do you believe this can truly change people's lives through the healthy products, through the business opportunity? We talk about belief in 4 things, right? Belief in the industry. That is one thing. As approaching this as a professional, I study this industry. The greats, Jim Rohn. If you haven't heard of him, go look him up. Go look his YouTube trainings up. They're amazing. They're on podcasts too. The best network marketers, the best, especially Arbonne leaders. Just start to study, consume knowledge, insatiable appetite for learning, and being willing to be new.
Okay, so instead of doing actual research outside of the MLM and MLMers or taking a look at the income disclosure statement, I don't agree that that's the. I mean, I know what he's trying to say. He's trying to say this is how he became a professional because he was just taking in knowledge from the top reps and stuff. I don't think that in an MLM you necessarily like taking in knowledge and mimicking or duplicating or whatever top people are doing. That's not really gonna get you anywhere. The only few ways that you can get to the top or near the top in an MLM is if you have a large following on social media or if you join early, which for Arbonne, it's way too late. It's way too saturated. You're not going to make any profit in Arbonne. In most MLMs out there, to be fair, but just Arbonne, as we're talking about Arbonne here.
I came from this prestigious VP title in my finance job to all of a sudden independent consultant, brand new, knew almost nothing. So you have to be willing to be new and a rookie, but you have to have that insatiable appetite for growth, for personal development, belief in the industry, belief in Arbonne, the company, belief in the products, and then belief in yourself. We've heard those things, right? And belief in yourself is the hardest, but that's where the personal development comes in. That's where being willing to learn, being willing to be new, that insatiable appetite, plugging into stuff like this, going to GTC. This is where you're going to build that confidence, that belief in yourself and belief in what you have to offer. Quick GTC story. I joined Sandy, and I think a month later we were in GTC, so I'm still like brand new. I had heard her on a lot of calls, so I was familiar. I studied the comp plan, all the things, but in GTC, I was still like undecided. I'm like, I'm gonna do this with her, but like I kind of want to create my own thing. And I remember I was there. I saw Arbonne bigger picture with 10,000 people there, the stages, the what it can really do, meeting really successful people in it. And I remember being like, gosh, sitting at this VP luncheon thing or around some VPs or something. And someone said, they were like, what's your hesitation from like really going all in? I'm like, well, it's kind of Sandy's thing and et cetera. And she said, wait, there's nothing wrong with standing on the shoulders of giants. Sandy might have went before you, but people went before her. Like, you guys are more powerful together. And it was like something clicked. And in that moment, it was just this all-in decision. And so if I can say anything, GTC is 90 days away. You guys make it there. It's your business. You decide what to do. There's really not.
All right, so there we have it. This is all a big hype to get people to come to the conference.
A lot of expenses in this business. It's like an amazing business opportunity. Get to GTC. It can and will change your life. It really can. It can. And if it will, it's up to you. But the best way to build your belief, just take action. That's another way to build your belief. Action is the best antidote for feeling stuck or a lack mindset. And play big. You've heard Casey Zaruba say this, and I love it. Confidence. People join your confidence. And again, they don't have to believe what you're saying. They have to believe you believe it. They believe, okay, he believes it or she believes it. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. That's it. Number 2, professionals have clarity. clarity on where they're going with this vehicle, or also known as vision, right? And then really, once you get clarity on where you're going, and it can be short term, by GTC, I talked to someone today, it was a great call. He's like, I want my bills on auto pay. I was like, that's such a good goal. And how many people need that in America today? You guys, what do we have to offer? Health and financial opportunity. 99% of America right now can afford to be healthier and needs help financially. You have tools in your tool belt.
How does Arbon help with person's health? It's just supplements. In my opinion, you don't need Arbon supplements to be healthy. Also, that's an income claim. Wait, you can't say that. Like, who do you offer a financial look? What? Arbon does not do that. We've taken a look at the income disclosure statement, and you referenced it a few times because you know that it's against compliance to make income claims, which you still keep making them. The majority of people don't make any profit. So you're not helping financially. You're actually hurting them further financially and making it harder for them by recruiting them into Arbonne, where they're not going to make any profit. They're going to work for free and they're going to keep spending more money on products, on Arbonne products. So you're not helping anyone.
Offer that. But entrepreneurship is believing in something and being an evangelist for your cause, and saying, hey, I have this to offer. And whether you do that on social media, you're really good at attraction marketing, you're offering it out there, that is offering, or whether you don't have that personal brand yet and you have to go connect with people, which is what most of us do have to do. It's being an evangelist for what you have to offer and your cause, helping people get healthier, financial opportunity, business opportunity, beyond that, community, personal growth and development, stuff like this. Like, we get training, coaching calls every week. It's amazing what we have to offer. But getting a vision for where you're going short term, but then big picture long term, and then getting tunnel vision towards it. Because I promise you, what it takes to really go to the next level, you want to go RVP or MVP, your tunnel vision, and it's obsession. It is obsession. You don't need to be obsessed to go district. You probably don't need to be obsessed to go area, but it's growing obsession. You got to be obsessed to go RVP and MVP. You're going to have to sacrifice things. You're going to have to make a decision. People are going to think you're weird. They're going to be like, what are they doing? But at the same time, deep down, they're going to be like, what are they doing though? Because obsession is honestly attractive. On the surface, maybe not like, oh, weird, you're stepping out. It's abnormal. Obsession is abnormal. But the greats in any endeavor are obsessed. And it's not full-time, all the time obsession, but it's...
Maybe some people are gonna be like, well, what are they doing though? But if the person that is watching you being obsessed over an MLM is anti-MLM, or if they know all the facts about the MLMs and how many people actually don't profit at all, if they're, like I said, in the anti-MLM movement, or if it just looks sketchy to them, maybe it resembles a pyramid scheme in their opinions, they're not gonna be wondering that. They'll be like, oh, I hope they get out someday.
It's tunnel vision, focus, obsession, getting to your goal, right? Going nation, I remember we didn't have clarity. And then there was a decided moment, and Sandy and I had this conversation. We were almost in a fight about it. I won't go through the whole story. I don't have time to. But right then and there, like, that conversation gave us clarity. We were aligned, which is necessary as a partnership. And then it was clarity on, okay, where are we going? What do we need to leave behind? What do we need to sacrifice? What's not serving us in our path towards our goals and dreams? And then really, once you have clarity on where you're going, the world steps aside for the person who knows exactly where they're going. So kind of a call to action on clarity: set goals this month. We'll come back to this kind of at the end of the call, but set some clear goals, define tangible goals this month that are just the next step towards your big vision, right? Point number three, professionals have standards. Goals are great. Just talked about goals. They're very important in, the success formula, right? And they're a step in the right direction. But we don't always get our goals. Goals are wants, they're desires. They're steps towards the big picture. But what we do get is our standards. I've said this before, and because I love this. I learned it from Tony Robbins, right? Our current life is a result of the standards we hold for ourselves. And for probably all of us, actually, that's a gut punch, because there's an area in our life where we might feel like a little lacking, or we're experiencing problems or struggles in at least one area of our life, every single person on this call. So when it's like, oh my gosh, my life is a product of the standards I hold for myself in these areas, our life changes when our shoulds become our musts, when our goals, our wants, our desires become our musts. So do you have standards in this business? Do you work this business every day? I can only speak for Sandy and I, but I know we do. It doesn't mean we work a full day. This is a part-time business, but we're doing something for our business every day. And Sundays usually are more of a family day. Usually I take time off social media, but I'm still doing something. I'm moving a ball, some ball forward, some movement towards closer to my dreams, to my goals. So are you a part like dabbler? Like, because this business is hard to work sometimes. I heard Cecilia say this is a part-time business, not a sometimes business. So yes, we all work it pretty much part-time. It'd be hard pressed to work this like 8 hour days, right? A day after day after day. But it's not a sometimes business if you want to build momentum, if you want to take it to the next level. Um, a few standards of mine. I create before I consume on social media when I wake up. I have some level of priming my day, morning routine. Create before I consume. I work my business every day, every day. And working is really sharing Arbonne with someone. Now, honestly, do I hit it every day? Do I have a call with someone or something every day? No, but I'm at least connecting, following up, if not live connecting and offering what I have to offer to at least one person a day. And so when we were going nation too, it was way more than one person a day. So it's all like that, those levels, right? And earning AIT, I said this to some a leadership chat we had, is a standard of Sandy and mine. It's just a standard. We haven't even earned Costa Rica yet. We're like, oh man, we haven't honestly taken this long to earn it. And I don't say that to brag. It's just it's become a standard of ours. We've built our business and our mindset and our skill set to a level where it's just like earning AIT is just what we do. Like that's just what we do. And you can and will get there. And it's not necessarily just snapping your fingers and that's your standard, but it's building those standards in your business. So what standards do you have in your business?
You can and you will get there. You can't and you won't get there. The majority of people can't and won't get there because the business model is set up so that the majority of people are gonna fail and only those at the top earn all the profit, all the money. So, misleading? Yeah, absolutely.
Business. Point number 4, professionals have a different energy. And what I mean by that is an energy towards your business. And what I mean by that is, how do I say it? Finding a balance, but not the balance you think. Everyone's seeking balance, right? It's so elusive. There's really not balance in life. Like there's moments of balance. It's great. On the Sunday in the backyard, it's sunny out playing, we're picnicking with my family. I'm like, yeah, that it feels very balanced, but it's moments. Life isn't balanced. And we seek it and we want it, but really what it takes to create balance in your life is strife, is struggle, is hard work, right? And when you think that's what you think of when you think of balance. But professionals balance these two things: one, urgency, and two, patience. And they're the opposite. I'm going to share how they balance together, right? You have to be urgent in your activity. So not anxious though, not desperate energy. People can feel that from 1 million miles away. Urgent. Urgent and anxious or desperation is very different. So what does that look like? Success just has a different speed, a different urgency to it. And it's not super noticeable. It's actually pretty subtle. It might be 10% faster, but I'm reading a book, 10x is easier than 2x. Like some of you might have read it or heard of it. And there was a really good point in there that stuck out to me. And it was excellence. Like 10x isn't doing 10x the activity, although that can be great, but it's not like, okay, I need to 10x my business. I need to do 10x the personal activity. That's not necessarily it. Mr. Beast is the number one YouTuber in the world. So he creates great content, right? More so for YouTube. And he spoke on this. They asked him, and it was a great quote. And he said, excellence is 10% better all the time, though. It's the quality over quantity, right? So whether that's in your content, whether that's in conversations, for him, he was framing content, but it's overall 10% better quality. And when he said that, he was using YouTube specifically in formulas and algorithms, et cetera. So tangible metrics. He goes, when your video is 10% better, it gets 10% watched more. YouTube picks that up, notices it in their, technology, and they spit it out 4 to 10 times more. So by being 10% better, you have 4 to 10x results from your competitors or from someone else doing just a little less. So that speed, that urgency.
All right, but how do we measure that in an MLM then? It would be very helpful if you actually go into detail and explain to these people that are watching this, how are they even going to measure that they are being 10% better in their MLM business and working the MLM business? If you're looking at the income that you're getting from the MLM, I'm pretty sure that you're not earning 10% more than you earned the last month. The majority of people are just not, it's not happening for them.
That level of excellence, that quality, it's more minor, it's subtle, but it's like when someone, that's content, speaking of content, 10% better quality, 10% just more into it, they'll be like, you know what, I'm not just going to rush to get this out. Now for conversations, yeah, I remember one of my coaches, he was like, that person.
Okay, maybe I fell asleep there, but he was talking about content. Okay, so if you are posting on social media, if you have a professional or business account, then you can see the percentages. You can see how many people watched your videos, your reels, or whatever. What's the engagement and that type of thing, then that is measurable.
Just express and just call them right now. Like talk to them right now. What are you waiting for? Or you do an event and people are interested, connect right then and there. Someone responds, who's like, yeah, I'm interested in taking a look or checking out the products. Boom. You take action right away. Urgency, not desperation, urgency. So someone pops on your heart, boom.
I think when you're in an MLM, it's really hard though, because these people, the majority of them are desperate to recruit. They are desperate to rank up and to make some money or recruit more people, grow their team. I think it's really hard for people to achieve the difference. You know, I feel like the majority of people in MLMs are going to sound desperate. They're going to show that they're desperate, whether they like it or not, just because there's so much pressure from their uplines and from the leaders. Yeah, I just feel like it's really hard to look like you're not desperate when you're in an MLM because, like I said, the majority of people probably are desperate.
You go reach out to them right then and there. You get that intuitive thought, feeling something that you know is going to move your life or business forward. Boom. Successful people, they take action on it right away. They don't wait for it. They don't think about it. When they have something, they go for it. They don't wait until tomorrow. They don't push it off. And so it's acting with urgency while balancing patience. Time is an important component of our business because time lets our business breathe. Things can happen fast in this business. And we've seen it recently. But what all the people who've gone fast have said, you didn't see the last 5 or 10 years, right? You didn't see that time. You just see this time in a vacuum. But time lets everything breathe, especially when you're staying consistent. So things can happen fast, but sometimes our business needs to breathe. Sometimes our network, our audience, our team, the world, God, everyone, right? They need to see us stay consistent with this in order for abundance to come through, in order for miracles to come through. And I heard this, what was that, yesterday at Easter Sunday service. It says, and no matter what your faith is, right? We can take principles. If you have faith in anything, this will resonate with you. And the concept is it's not on your timing. You can impose your will. I'm more than anyone type A. Like I impose my will. I try and impose my will. You can get into massive action. You can do your due, but ultimately it's not on your timing. And this is if you have faith in anything, really. It's not on your timing. It's on God's timing. And often things don't happen in our timeline that we desire, our goals, whatever. And it's because, and I heard this yesterday in Sunday church service, it's because God has something better in store for you, right? Right? I was like, preach, oh my God.
I would hope that God wants you to get out of the MLM and do something else that's actually going to bring you money or the income that you need or want. I don't see that being in line with what God wants his followers to do to his other followers. It just doesn't make any sense.
Gosh, it's amazing. Now, here's the trap. Here's what gets me all riled up. So oftentimes we're like, that wasn't on my timing. What the heck? But then you realize, and hindsight's 2020, it only makes sense looking back. Something better was in store for you, something bigger. Here's the trap that I see. What gets me all fired up is when people lean fully on faith, it's in God's hands, but they don't do the work. And I'm not like a master of the Bible or anything, but I know some verses. And I quoted this on a call earlier. I was talking to my friend Rachel, teammate Rachel too. I don't know if she's, I don't know. I can't see everyone's faces, but I forget what it is, but it's something, I'm paraphrasing. It's like a slack hand causes poverty while a diligent hand creates riches. Something like that. A slack hand causes poverty. The diligent hand creates riches. So yes, have faith. Yes, trust in the greater timing, but you also got to do the work. You got to do the work. Who here can honestly saying you're giving your business your all, like all out? Honestly, probably none of us. Because we're always reaching and striving for a potential, right? It's hard to say, I'm going 100%. It's like very rare in life when we're at 100%. There's always room for improvement. Who here, though, can say their hand is diligent? Now, that's a different question. Who can here can say, I put a diligent hand towards my business, towards my life? Hal Elrod, he wrote The Miracle Morning, right? He wrote also a book called The Miracle Equation. And it was the miracle equation. Unwavering faith plus extraordinary effort equals miracles. So do you have both? Because I see a lot of people with unwavering faith. And I also see a lot of people put in some effort. But do you have both? Can you marry the two? Because both is the answer. Both is the result. That equals miracles. Not just unwavering faith equals miracles. Unwavering faith plus extraordinary effort. Now, that's a book that a human wrote, so I'm not saying that's the answer to miracles or the equation, but you know what I mean. Last point, I'm going to wrap it up. Number 5, professionals have resilience. Cecilia Stoll said, what if all that was between you and MVP was 500 hard things? Or what?
I really don't think that any of this advice is gonna help anyone become successful in an MLM, but that's just my opinion. You guys let me know down below what you think.
Or what if between you and MVP, or there was $1 million under a pile of leaves in your backyard? There's thousands of leaves. You just had to turn over every one to find the million. Would you?
Because like you can have as much resilience as you want. It doesn't matter in an MLM. It really doesn't make a difference. The business model is set up so that the majority of people are gonna fail unless you have a big social media following, or if you're joining the MLM early at its early stages, you don't have any chance. You have 99% of chances of failing, never making any profit. It's just not going to work for you. It's the business model, it's not you, and it has nothing to do with the fact that if you have resilience or not, or anything else that he said before resilience.
Would you do it? That's kind of what this business is. And those 500 other things, rejections, or throwing an event, no one shows up, or this business exposing some true friendship versus surface friendships, right? Or whatever it is, I guarantee MVPs, we've just been through more of that because the road to nation is paved by doing those things that most people aren't willing to do consistently. Doing those things most people won't do, comma, consistently. All the nations on this call, they've just faced more fears, more rejections, all the things. And whether it was before they started or during their Arbon tenure or both, they've faced more. Resilience is really its commitment, right? And what's commitment? I love that quote. I forget who said it, but commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in is left. It's the days you feel like it, of course, and you're on fire after these calls, whatever, Mondays, but it's also the days you don't feel like it. Because I'm all for trusting your gut and intuition and God and the universe and all the things and seasonality and rainy days are maybe meant for cozier than sunny days, whatever. I'm all for those things. I'm all for like assessing yourself and where you're at. But when you give power to external forces, like the weather, whatever, cycles, phases, seasons, you're giving your power away. You don't control the seasons. You don't control weather. You don't control God's plan for you. Most things in life you don't control, right? What you do control is your attitude, your character, and your commitment to your dreams, right? So even when you don't feel like it, I don't care what phase you're in, you got to show up for yourself. Now, it might be showing up differently. And I give a lot of credit to one opportunity I have is to like go within and see like where I'm at and what chapter or season, like what does productivity look like, but it's still showing up for yourself. All right, where am I at? Ending it up here.
I'm just not sure that I'm following this part because didn't he say, he didn't use those words, but it's kind of all a God's plan for you. So you can show up and you can work hard, but if it's not your time to be successful, if God does not want you to succeed at this time, it doesn't really matter that you're trying and you're working hard because you're still not going to be successful. So it is out of your control, and all you can do is keep showing up and hope for the best, hope that God wants this for you at this time. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I would not be very motivated by that if I was on this call trying to work my MLM business, but that's just me.
Now that doesn't mean, oh yeah. Now it doesn't mean on Sundays you can't immerse yourself in family. Sometimes that is what your business needs, that pause, that reset. But don't give power to the external things. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? Do you approach your business with excellence? Do you approach your life with excellence? Excellence breeds extraordinary results. And resilience says until. The word until guarantees your success. I will commit to this goal until I reach it. That's burning the ships. That's no plan B. Timing isn't fully up to you, but the work is. And the cool thing about until, once you reach, you know, that mountaintop.
Of course, there's a catch to it. So it might not be your time now to be successful, but if you keep working hard and showing up, you're gonna be successful when God decides that it's your time to be successful. If I understood that correctly. I don't like that. I would not like that, to be honest. That would not really motivate me. And like I said before and multiple times throughout this video, the business model is set up so the majority of people are gonna fail. It's not a divine intervention. It's not sent by God. It's not God waiting around for it to be your time to be successful. It's the business model that's flawed and unethical in my opinion, and the majority of people are never gonna make any profit. So you can stay in an MLM for 10 years. You can stay in an MLM for the rest of your life, but you're probably not gonna be successful in it unless, like I said again, if you have a large social media following or if you switch to a different MLM that's just launching and you're one of the first reps. But other than that, you really have very, very little chances of making it, and it doesn't matter how long you are in it and how hard you're working it.
Once you reach that goal, you enjoy the view for a bit, and then you look for the next mountain you can climb, because life is sweetest in the climb. And sometimes it takes looking back to realize and recognize that. But life is sweetest in the climb. I'll wrap it up here. Our friend shared this. He said there's three parts to the journey: the dream, the struggle, and the victory. Most people want and have a big dream, they want small struggle, and they want the big victory. He goes, that's not how it works. They're all correlated. If you have a big dream, you're going to have a big struggle, lots of growth, lots of hurdles, lots of getting out of your comfort zone. And in going through that big struggle, you're going to become the person who earns that results or those victory, right? So like, love that. And so what if we could appreciate the process wherever you are in the process right now? What if you could appreciate that and realize, oh, I'm in the struggle right now. I already set the dreams and the goals. I'm in the come up, the struggle, the growth. We don't have to label it struggle either, right? The growth journey, the growth part, there's going to be some struggles. And I'm on my way to the victory. I got to keep consistent with it. So to recap, 5 steps to becoming a network marketing professional: belief, clarity or vision, standards for yourself and your business, a different energy, balancing the urgency and the time and the patience, and then resilience. And if I could leave you with anything, I want you guys to bet on you. Linda Parker just told us this on a VP call. Bet on you. Bet on you right now. Right now, this time, we are at such a great time in history of the world to build this Arbonne business. Like, people are really looking for what we have to offer, but it's up to us to go.
Are they? Where is your source on that? Because from what I know, the anti-MLM movement is getting really, really big. Monat and other MLM companies are really struggling at the moment. People are leaving, jumping ship to different companies. A lot of the top reps have turned to coaching and stuff because they just weren't earning as much as they were earning through their MLM biz. It's a sinking ship. What do you mean? Where are you getting this information from? How are people looking for Arbonne and just MLM in general at this time? Like, what?
Go do it. So to wrap up the call, I won't share all the things, but Arbonne is hooking it up again. It's power to DM again. It's power to DM again. It's, what is it? Double Central District Volume Month towards Costa Rica. You guys, if you want to earn Costa Rica, there is a golden opportunity. It's right there in front of you. Connect with your leadership mentorship if you need like strategy or help doing that. But power to DM month again. Like, let's go. Let's do this. There's other things too, right? There's a replenish me bonus. Check out the s'more that was shared. I'm going to share 3 calls to action to end the call, and then we'll wrap it up. 1, set goals for April. You don't want to be like just on a ship hoping you land at your destination. Like, set clear, concise goals that you know you'll reach or not. Maybe set goals by GTC June 1st month. So what I would do is I'd set a QV goal. I'd set an enrollment goal personally, maybe on your team too. I'd set a promotion goal. Do you want to promote or help? How many DMs do you want to help promote this month? And then I'd set a central district QV goal because that's going to double towards Costa Rica. Now, call to action number one, set the goals. Call to action number two, find a running buddy. Kelly Juni shared with us this morning. She partnered up some running buddies and she was like, it was amazing. Almost all of us hit our goals in this running buddy group. So find someone on your team, sideline, whatever, maybe probably not your downline, that you're running towards the same goals with, and create a Voxer, text, Instagram, whatever thread you want, and go run together on it. Accountability changes the game. It like 3x's your, the results, like the chances you hit your goals. And then last call to action. I want you, so you may be somewhat, motivated or something after this call. I want you to reach out to 5 people today, if that's something you do. And with some level of verbiage like this, it's like, I just got off a coaching call from my Arbon business. I'm more fired up than ever to build this business. One of my mentors asked me to think of someone I would love to build this business with, and I think would absolutely crush it in this business. I thought of you. You're a natural leader. You love health and wellness, and you have a heart for helping others. This may be a fit for you, it may not, but I want you to understand what this vehicle could be for you. Are you open to hearing more about it? Either way, excited to connect. Does today or tomorrow work better for you? I'll share that. Sometimes people ask for verbiage. Make it your own. That's more like what I would say. Might not be at all what you would say, but go connect with like the go-getters in your life. Who are the most competitive people you know? Who are the most successful people you know? Who are the people you truly see this for and want to work this with? That's all I got for you today. Thank you guys. And it's 2:05. There's an Arbonne IC live right now. We're going to stay on and do our nation huddle. Sandy and I, anyone who's of course willing to stay on, we're going to do some team rec. So it's personal to our nation, but appreciate you all. It's April. There's less than 90 days to GTC. Let's do this. Bet on yourself. Thank you guys for letting me share with you. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Peace out, Wade. I mean, that cold message that he just, it's so funny how all of their cold messages they're the same. They're identical, and no one, very little people out there on social media would fall for that. I feel like the majority of people wouldn't. Like, it just doesn't feel genuine at all. Like the wording, the words that he used, and it's so cringy. If I forgot to comment on something throughout the video, please let me know down below. Please share your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it through all the way through. Wade, this has been a long video. I know some of you guys like long videos, so this one was for you. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way to support my channel if you would like. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. I do appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.